3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 214. Joining me this week, we got Bruno over, again, wide angle. I'm getting used to it, boys. I'm getting used to it. And then Dit in the ether, somewhere
Hello.
around here.
Let my
Maybe him.
voice caress you from the outer bounds.
We here. We're back. Another week.
It do be that time.
Another week. Oh my god. Let me tell you what. Did you guys see? Well, I guess Dit didn't see it. Do you see my Snapchat today, Bruno?
I did
maybe?
see it.
Did you see when I sent? I was on
Remind
hold
me.
for an hour and a half.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
on
yeah.
hold. I thought you were on a call.
No, bitch. Okay, so we have the Ring. We use Ring Central as our VoIP phone provider, which they're on the verge of terrible. They're like bad, but
What do you
they're
mean
like
on
on
the
the verge of
Good.
terrible.
Great. Lovely.
Yes. So one of their apps that we have to use for certain people to work from home, get calls through a Ring group, blah 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 blah. Buttons are broke, but only in this like one use case of like how calls are routed through like a whole slew of things. So I like a month or like 3 weeks ago, I was like, hey, I did a lot of troubleshooting and it's only broken. I gave him everything on a platter. I'm like, it's broken this way. And I gave him the exact handed him the exact
You
what
went through the work of figuring out what causes it, basically, and why
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, when I have a call received from a person like this, it breaks. So you need to look at it there. So I started with tier 1 support. I knew tier 1 support was not going to help me, but I had to go through it.
Yeah. Yep.
They proceeded to ask me all the dumb questions I knew they were going to ask me. I answered them all because I already had the answers prepped. Because I tested everything. So they hand me off to tier 2. I have to call tier 2. And somehow everyone has the same name over there, or I get the same person. But they're all named
God.
Adrian.
Okay.
Yeah, I doubt it. So,
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Because I've dealt with Ring support before. Were they speaking English when you called?
Yes, but they're definitely not English. I think they're based out of Singapore.
Okay, that's not as bad. I was dealing with some very, very heavy Indian accents when I had to deal with them before. Nothing against it, just it's difficult.
No. So I get to tier 2 support. I'm on the phone, I go over everything. They're just more of the same questions. I'm still handing everything on a platter, but over the phone I'm getting annoyed because they are oh, well, have you tried to recreate this group? I'm like, we have 5 of these groups and they all have the same behavior. I'm not recreating 5 groups because I doubt it's the issue. And they're like, oh, we're gonna get some logs. I'm like, okay. So they get all these logs and they're like, we're gonna have to investigate this. Okay. A week goes by, nothing. They send me hey, do you need any more help? I'm like, yeah, give me an update. Nothing. Every 2 days, they ask me if I need help. I say, can I get an update? I get no response. So I
just wanna
email my
close the ticket.
salesman. And the salesman I hate. He's the worst fucking guy ever. He never has helped me. He's never helped me with any of my issues. They actually found a ticket from 2 years ago where I asked him a simple thing and he was like, I can't help you. I'm like, in my ticket, I'm like, worthless salesman. So he's like, oh, contact support. I'm like, I do, but they don't respond to me because they're fucking losers. I say it nicer, but
Yeah.
So I called him again this morning. I'm like, hey, I just want an update. And the dude's trying to troubleshoot the question. He's like, well, I'm like, I want an update on my ticket. He starts reading it. He's like, okay, so how can I help you? Just read the ticket and I want an update. He he reads it. He fucking says he's reading it. Then he starts trying to help me by asking the same questions that have been asked already. I'm like, read the ticket. I've already answered these. I'm like, stop, read the ticket, answer my question. Is there an update? I had to fight with this man for 15 minutes to not try to troubleshoot all the things that they've already troubleshooted.
That
He's
would
like,
make me want to switch phone providers.
oh, it does. We are in the process, possibly. But now he's like, oh, we're trying to replicate the issue. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, So he's like, oh, we couldn't replicate it. I'm like, well, were you doing the exact thing in the ticket where like it's a very specific situation this happens? They're like, oh no, we weren't. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are fucking killing me. I handed you on a platter the certain situation that has to happen that you could just replicate because you're in a fucking dev environment. Why don't you just fucking replicate it? Ha ha ha, Nick's fun. He's like, let me put you on hold again, we'll test it. But not hold. I didn't have hold music. He just muted me
Yeah.
for an hour.
Oh my god.
I just sat there by my phone, hearing nothing. As I was just like, I guess I'm not doing anything right now. Haha, Adrian, if that's your real name. I don't know who you are in Singapore. Then it just ends. The call just ends. I'm like, that fucker. They don't want to help me. They were hoping I hung up. I'm like, I'm not winning this war of attrition. I'd be on hold with them right now. So like, I emailed the salesman again with an Instagram. I'm like, and I sent screenshots of the call. I'm like, I was on hold for a fucking hour, and he just hung up on me. And the one of the fun part, he can't say, oh, well, maybe you got disconnected, because they're my fucking phone provider. If they're gonna be like, I'm like, oh, well, you got disconnected. I'm like, well, what shitty service am I
All
paying
right. Well,
for?
what happened? Why did you
Yeah.
disconnect me?
I would like to
Yeah.
put in another ticket, please.
Yeah, I'm having disconnections when I call. Ha ha ha.
It only happens when I'm on
Only to
hold
you
for an
guys.
hour.
Weird.
So
Ha ha ha. An hour later, I get a call back from the dude after I sent the Instagram of how they like didn't help me. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, our call dropped. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure. He's like, then I got another support call, so I had to help him. I'm like, you were helping me. Just call me back and help me. So I had to like get the more log files, and I even took a video proving that it's broken. And then I sent them the attachments. I'm like, did you get this? They're like, no. So I sent them again, and I called them, being like, I sent them again. Like, is your system rejecting them? And they're like, I don't know, send them again. So I did. I'm like, well, let me know. And they're like, they're like, no, we're not gonna let you know. I'm just, the fuck? What the fuck?
That's so frustrating.
clearly,
my God,
Nick, it's your fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my fault, big my fault, my bad. Sorry, I should like fucking code it for them because they're shit. Don't worry, I'm getting escalated to the highest tech support. I'm going like tier 4. I'm like gonna be like talking to God himself. That was my morning.
Sounds infuriating.
It was.
The whole ring suite is just awful, though. Like from what I found, just every single bit of it.
It's a little bit. It's some of it's my company too, but it's just because we choose to want to handle calls in a certain way that they support, but they don't like really support. Like you can do it, but I don't think they truly like support it. So it's a little bit of both, but like it's not unreasonable. But yeah, I was just sitting there on hold, doing my due. What was else? I had something else that annoyed me today. We have an intern, and she's nice. But she's not really like versed in too much IT stuff.
Is
Pretty
it a tech
green.
intern though?
Yeah, pretty green. So one of the things that we always do we do manually is we create shortcuts for the 3 Office apps, Outlook, Word, and Excel, because it's the 3 apps everyone uses. So I'm like, hey, how about you learn about PowerShell scripting, and make me a script that makes these things, and we'll make them into an app that our MDM deploys. Great, fine. It'll distract her for a few days. So she finally made the script that works. But then when I have to make it into this app that deploys, you have to create a custom script that like checks things are installed. That way it knows to stop trying to run and install.
Sure.
So I'm not a programmer. I'm not. When I script things, they're very much like very brute forcey, very like
Yeah.
just like it's gonna happen. So this intern is like does a lot of programming, and the other dude that's help desk 1 does a lot of programming. So I'm here just being like, hey, I need this detection script isn't working. I'm like, I just need it to work. Figure it out. And they're going off back and forth, being like, oh, I could array this. I could do that. I could do like try like I'm just like, I'm just losing my shit because I'm just like, please.
Wait, they're just trying to check if a shortcut exists on the desktop, right?
Yeah, but it has to output in a certain.
But all they have to do is just do a does file path exist? Because
Yeah,
it
but we
would
also have to.
exist in the desktop folder.
Well, you have to check if the shortcut exists, but you also have to check if the exe that the shortcut is trying to create exists. Because if it,
But that's still just another does file location exists check.
yes,
Like
they
that's
were
all
like
it
going off
is.
on. They were like trying to figure out the most efficient way possible, and like I know they were both having fun with it because they're programmers, but I'm just sitting there being like, I just need I'll fucking nest 6 if statements.
I would rather that issue than what I'm dealing with.
I just like fucking.
I have a million PDF files. I have to find a way that can be checked under 5 seconds.
I like programmers. They're like fine people, but when you try like when I'm trying with something I need accomplished, I don't need fancy arrays. And the one help desk one dude fucking knows I hate arrays, and he's just like, oh, let me implement an array. No, they just flex on their knowledge. I'm like, again, I'll fucking nest 6 if statements, so it's just like if this, if that, if that, if that, if that, if that, if that.
It gets it done.
Exactly. It's like the Bruno fix.
Sounds like me.
Yeah.
So, do you ever have to really do much programming, Nick? Or do you just send it off to the lackeys?
I mean, at this point, I'll script what I need done if I'm doing it. Like, I tend to build the apps for our MDM to deploy, and if they're dumb, I might have to, instead of trying to like use all the buttons they have that don't work, I'll just might have it run a PowerShell script that does what I want. Also, some apps are just coded like absolute garbage. So, I have to script them. So yeah, it's a toss-up. I've learned that Mac scripting too. That one's even more garbage.
What scripting?
Mac scripting. Scripting like apps to install on Mac.
Oh, Mac. I thought you said Max.
No, that's even that's just bad. Not fun.
I'm very happy I live in a Windows only environment for work.
Dog. Max.
PowerShell.net and SQL. I don't have to touch anything else.
I don't know. I understand Mac's daily driver. I use them. I use my little Mac to like walk around the office stuff. It's great for like a little driver, but like to actually support a user is just asinine.
Because if it doesn't just work, it's royally broken.
It's just nothing. Apple's philosophy isn't someone's gonna help you manage this device. Where Windows is like, yeah, someone's gonna be an administrator and they're gonna like their big brother. Mac's like, we're gonna try to prevent you, Big Brother, from helping you.
Yeah. It's so locked down, and you get the features and you get nothing else.
Like through our MDM with Apple devices, I can deploy an app, like um our unattended access software, so I can like remote in without like you having to give me a code and installing anything. I can give that access to everything but like certain categories. Like on a Mac through MDM, you're not allowed to give an app a permission to screen record. You can give a permission, you can give a user admin rights, give an app screen recording permission, but I cannot automatically deploy that app with screen like sharing permissions. They just don't do it. They won't allow it. There's no triggers around it. They just don't allow you to do that.
So when you try and remote it and you just get a blank screen.
At first, we have to like if we set up a Mac, we have to like try to remote in. It'll say, "Hey, this app needs permissions to screen record. You have to approve it." And once it's approved, it's there. But initially, it's not there. Like drop shipping Macs is just not possible.
That's when I was working my old job, we had support Macs, and it was a pain to walk the user through granting permission, because they would get the pop up saying this needs permission, and they just wouldn't know what to do with the pop up.
Yes.
And I've had people ask me like, "Well, what's the password?" And I'm like, "It's your password." Well, let me go find it real quick.
I do like
Oh,
that. We do
excuse
have
me?
we do have identity. It's called like We use Adigy. It's Adigy Identity. So their login screen is hijacked, and they are forced to log in with their Office 365, like just their same password, single sign-on,
Yeah.
and then it syncs it to the Mac password, so it's all the same.
Oh, that's nice. I'm guessing for Windows, you have them just log in with their Microsoft accounts then.
Yeah, basically. Well, yeah. Yes.
Are you full Azure Online, or are you still doing a
Hybrid.
hybrid?
We have to be hybrid. We still need a local AD
Uh,
for certain things. We still need a local AD because there's no way to do it through Azure easily without like over engineering it to the point it's just gonna break.
Have you felt any of the fallout from IE losing support yet?
No, we don't use IE
Nice.
at all.
That's good.
Well,
I have
our
one thing I need it for, and I haven't used it yet, so I'm scared.
our one accountant, like, I think she's fine. I mean, if she has to go to a website for the bank, I don't know what's happened to that with that, but that's not my issue. Like, it's not my. I can't help her if like the bank hasn't updated their website.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
Like, I can't I
It's
can't
not out.
make it
It's out
better.
of your control.
Yeah.
Bruno, we're IT. What do you mean it's not our fault?
I mean, yeah,
It's a
everything's your
website.
fault, but
Does the website not work? It worked yesterday.
Yeah. I
Can't
don't.
possibly be anything else.
I
it's tricky.
don't. Yeah. I think I just had ticket of the year. I don't think it was anything too fun, but it was like ticket of the year. It's blanking me.
We had a fire ticket come in asking why stuff wasn't processed on Monday when we had off.
Nice.
I had faxes down for 3 days because fucking bumfuck nowhere Indiana had some sort of like outage where they spliced fiber to the switching center or like the actual phone calls or like route like the center that like actually handles the like phone call in to out like switching. Yeah, that center they cut fiber and that whole center was down and it was in an island. There was no way out, so nothing was in and out.
God,
And my fax line
that's
was down, and I'm like,
that's not
ooh,
good.
I can have their fax number forwarded to their VoIP number, and through some like magic, and I can have those faxes printed out. It prints out more paper and it's more convoluted, but whatever. Um, no, nah. Fucking their switch centers down. They can't forward numbers. Haha, fuck you. Haha, no POTS lines for you. I'm just worthless. I'm like, your fax is down. It's not me. Can't help. Bye. Everyday call CenturyLink. You know. Oh, there's no outage. I'm like, there's an outage. Oh, I see. It's an internet outage. I'm like, that's not an internet outage. I'd be like telling them what the outage is. I'm like, now give me a damn update.
I love calling ISPs and then being like, "Are you sure it's not your equipment?" 100%. Are you sure? Because I can't ping it. It's like you can't ping it because like your line is down.
Yeah. So yeah. How's the plants doing, Bruno?
Good.
What's the
They're
garden?
doing. I still don't think I've taken a picture. Fucking hell! I keep forgetting.
What's the first harvest? What do you?
I've
What's the
got
ETA?
a bell pepper looking pretty good.
What's the
Like it's almost ready, which is surprising.
bell pepper? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So sausages. We're gonna have some fresh sausage and peppers.
Maybe like a stuffed pepper. You know,
Oh,
nice
I'm
big
not a
old
stuffed
stuff.
pepper guy.
Really?
What?
I
'Cause I don't
love
like
them.
pepper.
Well then, I would do sausage though. I'd fry some
I'll
sausage,
fry a
peppers and
sausage
onions.
with some peppers, and then
Yeah.
I'll just eat the sausage. But I don't want the pepper.
See, I'll put more peppers and onions than sausage in there.
No, I just want it for the flavor and then get rid of it. I don't want it for
Yeah.
the.
No, I like it. I'm a fan.
When you do stuffed
Yeah.
peppers, do you eat this just stuff or do you eat the pepper too?
Whole thing.
Okay, some people only eat the stuff. Like some people do only like eat them.
That's just weird to me. It's a foreign concept.
Sorry.
No, I mean it's okay. I mean people eat how they want to eat, I guess. But no, yeah, I eat the whole thing. I enjoy the pepper. Big pepper
Well,
guy.
speaking of food, I got schooled.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so last week, the level 1 guy was on vacation. He went home to see his family for the week, which is nice because he lives in Florida. So he's like living it up at home in Florida.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, my manager, he was leaving for Friday. So Friday I was all by myself with the intern. So I'm like, oh, good day to
How old is the intern?
21,
Okay.
just slightly younger than me, a couple years.
Yeah.
Um, she actually goes to school like 3 streets over.
Interesting. Is it like a full 4 year or is it a
Yeah, it's like
associate's
Penn
kinda?
State. Penn State, like Harrisburg, is actually in Middletown.
Oh, did not know that.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, you meant from? I thought you meant from your work, and I'm like, that's pretty far away from Harrisburg.
No, just from my apartment. It's like right. Penn State Harrisburg is like literally just like right down the street.
I mean, it makes sense. It gets it out of the denser city part.
HIA is in Middletown too. Everything they just keep calling this place like
It's close enough. It's Harrisburg.
3
suburb.
Mile Island, Harrisburg, really
Yeah.
Middletown.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Oh, okay.
So
So
you guys away.
I went to get
Yeah.
pork at the Spanish like grocery store.
Yeah.
Apparently she's Spanish or has Spanish heritage. You know, whatever. That's cool. I wasn't thinking much about it. So I'm like, I go in there and I'm like, I'm white. I'm just like, hello there. And there's like these Spanish grandmas like fucking slinging food like you couldn't
Yep.
believe. I walk up to the glass. I'm like, pork. I'm like I point. This might be a certain type of pork. This might be like El Pollo or
Yeah, they do that. I know
you
that.
know, like it might be like some name. I just point and say protein name. Pork. Rice. Bean. And like they'll be like, "Do you want beans on rice?" I'm like, "Bean." I'm like, "Yes." She's over there. She like starts spitting Spanish like fucking Juan style. I'm like, "Oh fuck." I'm just like I just said pork. But then it was like exactly like Juan when he said the person said some word to her. I think she just like didn't know it or she didn't quite know the slang for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was some sort of like
Translation error, and then
in her
just
brain.
flip the switch.
Oh, the rest of the sentence right in English. So it's just one of those hilarious moments to watch. It like happens to Juan where like he's going off. He's like, "Oh yeah, school bus. Yeah, I don't want to ride the school bus anymore." It's like, what the fuck? Whole conversation switches after one word.
Yeah.
But I was getting dunked on when she was ordering in Spanish after I just like made
Pointed
myself.
and caveman style. That.
Me
you want-
want meat.
Skin? Yes. So,
I'm
yeah.
sure you're not the only one that does that, though. I'm sure like half the people in there do that.
Probably. But I haven't seen too many white people in there other than me.
I mean, fair point.
Money's
some
money,
banging.
though.
Oh yeah, they don't care. But the hot sauce? They have banging selection of hot sauce.
That's good. It's good to have sauce selection.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So you got tomatoes aren't probably for another month.
No, tomatoes. They're looking like they might get started soon, but they're still a bit out.
What's
Uh,
crazy? Sorry to interrupt, but tomatoes here are already like almost past season.
It was so cold up here for so long that I couldn't get stuff in the ground. When did I plant? Shit. I only planted like I think it was in like May
Jeez.
or close to it. Yeah, like May 15th is when I planted. So I couldn't get it in the ground before then because we had frost like a week before, not even a week before that.
How cold was it down there today?
It was raining and like 67.
Yeah, this storm.
91 with 90 plus humidity.
I think
It's 63 right now.
I think whatever storm system brought in a lot of cooler air.
Oh yeah, no, today's like the cold day. It's been hot. It's
Tomorrow
just
supposed to get down to a balmy 70.
Yeah, I think
I think I have some
by
other
Sunday
peppers
we'll-
coming in though too.
by Sunday we're back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just the storm system was coming through and it was cooling things down.
I planted some Japanese like sweet frying long peppers. I've got a couple of them coming along. No sign of Cubanelles or Big Jim peppers yet though.
Okay. Oh,
And the deer ate my cucumber plants.
damn.
I
Get
think
fucked.
they'll recover, but they munched off a bunch of leaves.
Part of the gift I got from the dude that went to Florida on it from his trip was he got me a bottle of Whataburger spicy ketchup. Let me tell you, it slaps.
Does it? I was gonna
Oh, yeah.
ask, is it good?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Like,
I could see it being good.
it's like, I don't know, like French fries. Bruno, you're someone that appreciates a hot sauce, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know that like it's not for you don't need to put hot sauce on your fries. It's just
I don't.
I mean you
No.
can't. You
You
can.
can. Yeah.
But you
I'm,
know
I'm a vinegar person. I enjoy a vinegar on a French fry a lot of
that's
times.
very good. Very good. Now, spicy ketchup on the other hand,
Sounds good.
it's the kick you want, but with like the sweet ketchup you need. And it's
Uh-huh.
like and it is it's like a vinegar based spicy. So you like
Is it? Okay.
yeah. Kind of slaps.
Are you guys a French fry dipper or do you cover your fries?
Dip. Don't fucking cover your fries.
I cover with vinegar, but not with ketchup.
Well, yeah, you kind of like there's no dip.
You don't dip vinegar. It just doesn't
Yeah,
work
but I'm
like
saying
that.
with like ketchup or
No, never.
a solid
You dip.
condiment.
You dip.
I agree. There are those out there that for some strange reason like to just cover their fries while they're laying flat.
Yeah,
Not me.
Yeah, the basically what makes that ketchup spicy is distilled vinegar and red jalapeno pepper puree.
Okay. I bet that would taste good. Yeah. I can see that.
Apparently, Whataburger has a bunch of sauce like that sells on Amazon, so I'm almost tempted to buy different types. I've heard their burgers are like average, like it's nothing too special, but I've heard their sauces are not that bad.
Okay.
They got
I mean, those
got a
do they sound good.
creamy pepper.
I don't know what it is, but I'm interested.
Peppercorn ranch. I think that's supposed to be good. Their jalapeno ranch, I think it's supposed to be good too.
Yeah.
There's a 10-pack if you go up a little bit. You can see all like 10 of them.
That looks like a good one. So you got fancy ketchup, spicy ketchup, honey barbecue, mayo, jalapeno ranch. Yeah, I mean sounds good. Creamy pepper. I could see it being a good one.
I don't know this for a fact, but the way he described fancy ketchup to me was it has more tomatoes than like federal. I think it like is more tomatoey than like
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know.
I'm assuming it's just their regular ketchup, but they do something.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
And this is coming from a Heinz man. I don't when I go to a restaurant, I don't see Heinz. I'm automatically like,
I'm with you. It's off-putting. You
Uh,
think twice.
makes me rethink this restaurant.
What's your guys' preferred restaurant-specific condiment? I personally have to go with Chick-fil-A sauce.
I don't go to Chick-fil-A ever.
Well, no, like I buy the bottle from a store and stuff.
Don't
And
I
I'll use that.
I can't
don't-
name anything.
I don't buy a specific restaurant's stuff.
I don't think I know of any that I'd get. No.
Stick to ketchup most places and hope it's Heinz.
I mean, I don't like. I'm not like you.
I'm just saying
if
I
I
don't
go-
go out of my way to buy large bottles of.
Well, I mean, like if you're at a restaurant and they have a specialty sauce, what's the sauce that comes to your mind that
Well, it
you would?
depends 'cause it's a specialty. Like, I don't know. When I go to Arby's, I get Arby's sauce.
Well, yes. Like, what do you like for your fries? What do you get when you go to a restaurant? Or like, what's your favorite fry dipping sauce that you would get at a
Ketchup.
restaurant?
I don't know. I don't
Sometimes
really go out of my way for anything really.
Sometimes I get like a buffalo sauce for like chicken nuggets places.
I guess I'm in the minority then. I don't go out of my way for it, but like,
I don't know.
if you told me I could only pick one sauce that every restaurant had to take over for me, it would be the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Nah, I like the variety. If I go somewhere, I'll just get whatever they have, and I'll be like, "Ooh, this is a treat."
The only thing that comes to mind that I would want more of is like the Outback bloomin' onion sauce.
Oh,
That like horseradish mayo stuff.
did I ever tell you they have a Outback has a bloomin' onion chicken where they take the breading of the like all the
That
breading,
sounds delicious.
like it's fried chicken, but like it's it uses the bloomin' onion like breading and like seasoning. They drizzle it. Yeah, bloomin' fried chicken. Fucking slaps, Bruno.
Oh, I might need to go to Outback.
That looks like a country fried steak, but in chicken form.
Yeah, but it's bloomin'
Yeah.
onion.
But it's bloomin' onion. Oh, and is this actually at Outback?
Yeah.
Right there, I don't know, that's them mimicking the recipe.
Let me see if I
They
can find
drizzle it with
something.
the sauce. They drizzle it with the bloomin' onion
Mhm.
sauce, and you get a dipping cup for it. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I
Watch Bruno's Outback not have it.
I do like Outback. Then I can get a big old Foster's beer. It's the only time I get a Foster's beer, but I enjoy it.
Is your menu supposed to be
There it
massive?
is. I don't know, man. I'm just dealing with it. That does look good.
Remember how we were talking last week about getting like chicken at a steakhouse, Bruno?
Mhm.
Like that's the shit you can get. That's like only so many dollars, and it's delicious. That's $16, and it's
$16.49. But I guess everything else
Yeah.
is like 20, so
I want to go to Outback now.
how much is a steak?
Like if I
Probably like
went here, like $28.
damn.
Yeah, cheapest thing is $20. Well, I guess if you get a 6 ounce, it's 15, but that's barely any meat.
That's 6 ounces before they cook it.
Yeah. I don't
would
know any places
really
that
think about that
advertise
chicken.
post cooked weight.
No one does.
No one.
Got that bloomin' fried chicken at Outback.
Yeah, that looks good. I'd eat that.
Dog, Popeye's chicken sandwiches, crushed fillet.
Not around here. They're not as
I-
good.
I've had them and I did not really care for
I
them.
mean, it was still, don't get me wrong, great chicken sandwich. But not, I think I have a shitty Popeyes and good Chick-fil-A. I've
I've
heard that
been
it's location based.
I've gone to a good Popeyes and it like smokes them.
Yeah, and that might be true.
Ah, you, I guess we have what are our regional? I mean, you got like
Eats in Wawa.
They like that's only the only regional thing I know of really.
we don't got anything too fancy, I guess.
No,
We don't have like a Whataburger like In and Out style restaurant that's exclusive to
nope.
us. Sucks.
I mean, Wawa and Sheets aren't too bad. It's not as good, but they're not bad.
No,
No,
it's
but
just in a different realm a little bit.
there's this. I don't know if you've seen it on any of your like YouTube things. Have you seen like Bucky's?
Yeah, I'm
Is
familiar.
that like massive gas station convenience store restaurant thing?
It is, and it's like it makes me irrationally mad as like a person that has sheep Wawa, because every time you see someone go there, be like, I'm gonna go get a meal at a gas station. Like, I bet you guys have never done that, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
The Bucky's places seem weird though. Like it's almost like a cult on the inside with
Well,
all
like they're
the
based out of
rules they
Texas.
follow.
It's like bigger, like all big
they
gas
they
stations.
do a lot of other stuff too though. It's more than just meals. It's like prepared foods and like if you want cashews, they're roasting them there and they're doing all that other
It's like a
stuff.
food court inside of a convenience store.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah,
So I think you can buy groceries and all there too. Like I know you can buy milk and bread at a Sheets, but I think they have a wider selection than just those.
Oh, I'm sure.
and again, I'm not upset about it. It just makes me irrationally mad when like the people act all better than you, being like, I'm gonna like, oh, look at me go try to eat at a gas station. Like, I bet you, oh, but this isn't something you guys know about. And it's
Just pull
like,
up to a Sheets and get a bucket of fries.
it's all Texas, and some of them
There's
weren't
a
Texas,
like
but like,
an Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, and then the rest is Texas.
they will never survive up here.
Well, it's like In and Out won't go past a certain distance from Florida, right? Because of everything they get is sourced from one like farm or whatever.
I thought In and Out was West Coast,
It is, but what did I say? I said
Florida.
Florida.
California. Oh, California, I meant sorry. Like they won't go a certain distance past California, I think. Like there's some in Texas and surrounding areas, but I think there's like a 0% chance of us ever seeing one out here.
I guess I don't care that much.
It's like Eric has a ton of chain restaurants around him in Tennessee that he thought was are just like normal restaurants in the world.
This is a shitty map. Doesn't
Just
even show
show
you.
me them. It doesn't show me.
And once you like to put in your zip code for it to just like say no.
You don't have any in 100 miles.
It's exactly. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's some.
Texas. Texas is the most they are.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
Um. All right, all right. The certainly just burger restaurant. I don't fucking care about. Give me. Well, I do. When I was down in Virginia, I did see like signs for Bojangles. I have heard good things about their.
There's Bojangles here in Virginia and all too.
That's what
It's
I'd say.
okay. I got some a few months ago and it was okay is the only word I really have.
Sheets are getting out pretty far too, because there's Sheets in Virginia now.
I have a Sheets and a Wawa right next to each other near me.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Sheets is getting pretty far south. I
Yeah,
think
they've been spreading.
I think they're creeping more north too. Get a sheets locator. Sheet.
Bop,
Give
where
us the
are you?
map. Search. Oh. No.
Why is everybody's website shit?
Sheets. Okay. So they just have a find a sheet.
Let's see if their map works.
Well, they're in Maryland, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. So I guess they haven't gone any far north. I thought there was some in New York now. But I guess
That
that's
was the roughest part of moving to New York. Is there is no gas station food like that.
Huh. It's interesting. I thought they were. I thought I knew. I thought they had sheets in New York, and I thought that's what their plan was to start expanding up there.
They might
I
have
guess I'm not
had plans pre-COVID and then canned them.
sure.
Their map sucks, by the way.
15.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
15 where?
Altoona.
Pennsylvania.
That's their headquarters.
Yeah, that's a terrible map.
Carolina. That's pretty south.
Yeah, it is. They're reaching. They're trying.
Not in Delaware. See. I can
I mean,
see
I'm
them
sure
never
they
It's a
going.
have-
small state.
They must have analytics though for knowing where's good and where's bad.
Oh yeah, sheets. Well, sheets are all owned by the There's it's private. And the thing, I so Madeline was in Altoona for college, and that's like the headquarters of Sheet. So there's a lot of like Sheet fact stuff. Um, Apparently Sheets is like really like they put a lot of thought where a Sheet store goes. And
I can
like
believe that.
the thing is, you've never seen a Sheets like you might have seen a Sheets move, but you've never seen a Sheets close because there wasn't enough business, unless you have. But I was always told like it's almost never happened that a Sheets failed.
I've only seen them move to a bigger lot or something.
That's what I mean. Like
Get
that
more
can
pumps
happen.
and stuff.
But that means they picked such a good location. There was too much demand for that like store supply. Um,
Were you in
Apparently
Bradford? Oh, sorry.
what?
Were you in Bradford when the Sheets opened, or was that
Yeah,
before you?
I was. That was the. It wasn't open my freshman year. I don't think. I think it was open my sophomore, or maybe it opened inside my freshman year. When I first started going there, the Sheets was not open.
I remember when that opened, it shut down half the town pretty much because everyone was stuck in the drive-through
I
for it.
remember they ran out of food the first couple days.
Mm-hmm. I remember they ran out of food nearly every time I went there, Nick.
Did it
I would.
open in 2017 or 20? What did it open in 2016 or 17?
I don't know. I think 2016 because I
Okay,
know I
so
went there a lot.
because that was my
Um,
first year, but it wasn't open at the beginning of the semester. I think it opened like a couple months in.
I would place orders for pickup after work. I would go in, and they would say, "We're sorry, we don't have X type of bread for your sub," and I would just be like, "Oh,
Oh, and then you know where they built that other sheet?
there's another Sheets near Bradford."
Yeah, so south of Bradford on 219, the intersection, Lance's Corner.
Oh yeah, I remember that one was being built. I think
I
during
thi-
my
it,
graduation year.
yeah, I think you missed it, but that being there my last couple, that was there my last like 2 years.
It must be a nice little quick stop to get stuff on the way.
Well, yeah, because when I was leaving Bradford for any reason, I'd always go south. There was like never a reason I left to go north. Um, from the campus, I wasn't gonna go up to Sheets because I've been going north, then have to go back south again. So it was just dumb. So I don't know if you remember going south. There was like a random like, oh, what was it? I forget what
There was like a Nittany Lion station or something. I don't know if that's too far south though.
No,
What
no,
you're
no.
talking
It
about.
was it was just on the left side of the road. It was some random gas station. I forget what it was.
How
Uh,
far south are we talking?
I'd have to go on Google Maps. It's like somewhere between Lance's Corner and the end of Bradford.
Okay.
Um, I'm getting Google Maps up. So Bruno, do 219.
I assume it's the one south there by Route
This one?
6.
So that's a sheet. So it's somewhere between that and Bradford.
Oh, there's
And what
another
were you
one in
looking
there?
for?
Crosby's. Crosby.
Did
Yeah,
you
so it's
see
somewhere
it?
north a little bit.
I do remember Crosby's because that was like the regional gas station there.
Yeah, somewhere on this road. I just found it. Thing called Crosby's. Yeah,
Right there, Lewis's Run.
shitty little gas station. That was like my only one I did.
Oh
But
yeah, that's a shitty little gas station.
yeah, so I could never get food there. Like I never wanted to get food there because they like always. It was just
It doesn't look that shitty, but it's
235.
it's small.
Look how old this photo is.
yeah,
235 for gas.
yeah. It's not shitty, but like they didn't have a good variety of snack.
Yeah. No, I got you.
It's like a
Um,
drink type
When
gas
you
station.
compare it to Wawa, it's shitty, or Sheets, it's shitty.
well, also the pumps were shitty because like
Yeah,
it
they
was only
didn't look
two of
good.
them. They were close together. And it was really hard to get a spot sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, so the nice part was if I was coming back, I could stop at that Sheets and like get like fill up my gas tank so it was full for the next trip. Get food and like head back to Bradford, or I could drive, be going south, just pull off real quick, get gas, get a drink, and like have the rest of my trip going. So
Yeah.
it's amazing how one gas station can change a whole trip.
Yeah, I mean, and ease of doing it too.
Yeah, because there was another gas station, there was another Sheets, but it was like 45 minutes to an hour away from Bradford. So I would stop there, but I'd get food there at times, but I don't like eating in the car. So I'd either eat in the car and be upset that I'm eating in the car, because I can't get like ketchup to dip my fries, or I'm like have to like quickly eating my sandwich because I don't want to like dealing with it all.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was my stupid, fucking, it's my stupid journey of it all.
I would go out of my way to go to the Sheets north of campus to get gas and food there. Because with the gas or the Sheets rewards cards, I always found the gas to be cheaper.
Yes. Um,
Speaking of driving, my truck is done. All the stuff I was doing in my truck is done.
good.
Switch panels in. My truck is back together. My reverse lights are now wired on a switch.
Mm-hmm.
And then, remember that bracket I was talking to you about that I had some made?
Yep.
Got them installed with lights. So I'm curious what your thoughts are going to be on this. Because I don't know if you're going to like it or hate it and think it's dumb.
Well, it's a Gladiator truck. I think it's dumb already.
Yikes.
So, I mean, I knew that. I knew Nick hates it. I have, some people call them puddle lights. I put rock lights on my frame shining outward from the bottom.
I think that's a thing like some cars just do now. They like illuminate like the space.
I can tell you that mine is so much more than any like
I
from
know,
the
but like I
factory
think it's like
option.
starting to become a thing that regular cars are trying to adopt.
Yeah, I think they are.
I
I
think it's
don't.
still more in the luxury market though, not
It
really the
is,
normal.
It
but
is.
it'll trickle down in another like 10 years.
Yeah,
Sure.
but By
I-
then, these budget cars will be like 50,000.
Yes. I think they're fine. I
I
your,
like it,
your
Bruno.
your feet's gonna be lit up. Good.
Well, it's
Well,
for when
I'll
you're
let you
jumping
know.
out.
I'll let you know how much I like it or hate it.
I feel like
Um,
the only time I've seen it really like, where's your wheel well lights for going rocket?
see, I didn't love the look of the wheel well ones. Maybe someday, and I could add it to that or separate it. So I have these wired up on a switch or coming on with my dome light. So that means whenever I unlock, grab the handle, open the door, any of those things, they come on.
I guess I have an issue personally, irrationally, with cars that. Hey, how do I want to word this? You and me both watch the same off-roading channels with
Yeah.
the dudes that have the serious off-roading vehicles.
Sure.
I look at those and say, yeah, that's someone that built a vehicle to do off-roading stuff good.
Sure.
Now, when I watch them recover, like, someone that might have your truck that might have, like, think it's, like, an off-roading vehicle, I look at it and be like, that's dumb. It's not an off-roading vehicle. But I see them, like, I see all this fake stuff that they put on there to make you think you're all fancy and, like, cool. And I look at that and I'm like, oh, I'm tainted because I think it's all dumb now. Because I can see, like, because I know it's
Nick's
all
throwing
fake.
mad shade.
I
I'm not
I
saying Bruno's
think I differ in mindset from that though.
I'm sure
I
Bruno's-
didn't put these on meant to be rock lights.
They aren't.
They
But, like,
are rock lights, but I'm not using them in the same fashion.
You aren't. I'm not. It's not an attack on you. It's just like attack on people that like
Sure, yeah.
put that on there because they think this is like a wheeling vehicle.
And
Which
I
it's
might
not.
do light off-roading in my truck, but I also have a dedicated vehicle to off-roading.
Right. You're not gonna take this to Hurricane, Utah, and like think you're the shit.
No. I
Is it-
know that this thing has capabilities, and I'm not going past them.
Isn't most of your off-roading, Bruno, just driving behind your house? At least right now.
I mean, I go on
With the
trips
truck.
and take... Oh, my truck? I
Yeah,
haven't
not,
done much
not
of
the
anything at all.
four-wheeler.
I haven't done much at all yet.
Oh, I thought you said you had to drive it behind your house for something at one point. And
Oh,
you noticed it was instantly better.
I was using a skid as a windbreak for my grandmother's plants behind her house. And I drove this truck down there so that I could stand on the tailgate to pound in steaks through the skid. There's a very steep hill right past the house. I just threw the truck in 4 low so that I could creep back up the hill without like going too, because you gotta hit the gas to move. I put it in 4 low. This thing has such a low gear ratio in 4 low that I just let off the brake halfway and I was going up the hill.
And
It
again,
was just like a difference. I'm not saying that that's what it's meant for or anything like that, but
my thing is whole just like I'm just tainted by seeing people like look at this thumbnail. Like the amount of people in this world that think trucks are like off-roading vehicles. Is
they're
just,
not. I mean, some are a little bit, but
Where's the thumbnail?
I have to copy it.
sand, by the way, is nasty.
I get that. Yes.
And if you don't know how to drive on sand, it's even worse.
That truck doesn't look like it's meant to really even be on the main roads. I guess the sand might make it look all right.
Like, those heavy-duty trucks are heavy and don't have that aggressive of tires at all for how big and heavy they are. It's no surprise that he's stuck in sand.
No, but when you watch a truck commercial and they all get convinced that like they're
Oh, yeah.
Oh, through the mud across a river. up a
Yeah,
waterfall.
again, this is all my perception of being tainted. But when I see so many people like this just being dumb and not understanding how like vehicles work, because they saw some, I think this is a ram. Some dude got like fucking scam. Look, he has a fucking chest tattoo. He got fucking he got scammed by a ram like super
It's a
duper
Chevy,
for.
but
Is it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, whatever. Chevy.
But it's like people with the base model Ford think that they're invincible because they have a truck.
Oh, it's the fucking base model Mustang guys thinking that they're the shit.
With the 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine.
Yeah, no, I did this for me. It wasn't for
I mean, this
rock
makes
lights
practical
or
sense.
illuminating rocks that I'm crawling over.
It's nice when you're getting out of your car to not just step into mud and a puddle when 2 inches to the left it could be clear. Like
We'll
that's
see.
why I like it.
We'll see how they turn out and how they do. They were a bitch to wire. Actually, it was just the switch panel. The switch panel was a bitch to wire.
Yeah.
Well, I showed the picture last week of me taking apart my entire dash. This one of my entire dashboard ripped apart just to run a wire.
Is it noticeable that you had to take it off, or were you able to get it on there so it looks pretty factory?
Oh, I mean it's back together
Minus the
fine.
switch panel.
Yeah, no, it looks like I never touched it, but it just was a bitch. There's the worst one is right fucking here. That little shit right there. 'Cause this metal of the door frame is right past that. So you can't fucking get that screw out. And apparently I got a 6mm wrench and an 8mm wrench, but I needed a 7mm wrench and I don't have one. It's annoying. I used an adjustable wrench and swore every time I had to turn it.
Oh.
It was annoying as hell. And then I dropped my socket and it went into the bottom of my truck.
Damn.
It's not good.
You know what I want to watch? Another montage of, Bruno?
What's that?
I just mentioned Mustangs, and I was like thinking of people doing the burnouts and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch one of those good like H2O International video. Like,
oh yeah,
that dude doesn't make his videos anymore because he like
yeah, because I don't think he goes. Because
No,
fuck
I
that
think
place.
he's like, oh, this is like become very degenerate. I'm not doing it anymore. But I don't think he's like gone to any other like. I don't think there's like a new.
I don't
like,
think there is another event of that caliber for that scene.
I think one of his comments was he was hoping a new like event was formed that would hopefully be a little bit more.
Yeah, I think H2O went downhill and turned from being like a Volkswagen Stance Fest into fucking Stance Nation boys showing up. And then those people didn't behave well and ruined it for the event.
It almost became like how many times gonna get pulled over by the cops.
Well, yeah, that's what it devolved into. Absolutely. And they just keep impounding people for crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, well, I mean, but yeah, those fucking. I'd be down to watch another one because it is.
Those were good videos too.
Well, you get like these like 4K like super sick shots, and there'd be like on the strip like at night, just random people on their cell phone being like, um, his channel name starts with an S. Schwa Films.
Schwa Films? Or was it Crispy? I think it could have been Crispy. Crispy Media? I don't know. It definitely could have been either of them. Because they're both in the same style, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Um, I just completely lost my train of thought. He started saying me things, but he kept saying them in individual messages. Um, yeah, I'm so lost. Help me, help me.
Bro, I don't got
No, I
shit for
need
you.
something. I fuck TikTok cracks down on
You
get rich
you
quick schemes.
you go to
Undisclosed ads.
TikTok.
It's the article I had up, bud.
I'm
Fuck,
disappointed in what the short form videos have devolved into.
dude, you know how many ads are? You know how many secret ads there are?
It's
Oh,
annoying
fucking
scrolling through like YouTube shorts and stuff and getting
I
ads.
Well, I do shorts, but for you,
I did like YouTube Shorts, and then I realized how fucking dumb they are, and
oh
how many of
they
them I hate.
well they were good at first, but then people kind of like learned how to abuse them.
They learned the
Like
algorithm and just tagged 8
when I
million
go
things.
scrolling through, and I get 6 of the fucking AI voice reading Reddit comments with Minecraft in the background.
I keep disliking and saying don't show this person, and YouTube's like, you want to see this more? We show you this more. You interacted.
Like this fucking Fruity Bullet, they do those fake AI voices of like fake scenarios, and they like make these things. Like it's just an ad, but it like you can target children with it.
But it's because stuff like we were talking about the DK games or whatever the other day. It's because companies like that do it well that these scam companies repeat, or like those spinning discs. Have you seen people do like, oh my god, it actually comes back, and they like throw a disc as hard as they can at the wall and like
Yes, it's
do like a cut edit that it's back in their hands.
it's just all ads. Like it's legitimately all ads or like clips from TV shows. You know how many times I have to like say do not show me more like clips of from Friends? I don't like
Or
that
like
TV show.
Family Guy.
Oh
I've
my
been
god, it's
getting
all
a
thing.
ton of Shameless recently, and I've never watched Shameless in my life, and I don't know why I'm getting them.
But it's just like I don't want to watch. This is like that Quibi. Like I don't need to watch 1 minute TV shows.
I do like the anime highlights sometimes, though. I think that's why I get
I don't because they like fucking
shortcuts.
put the wrong music over like epic scenes, and they're like,
Yeah, it's
How
annoying.
about the respect videos? And it's just the dumbest thing you've ever seen.
yeah, I degenerate,
I also hate the
degenerate.
wait for it ones.
Wait for it.
And
Have you
it's like a
gotten?
4-second video that nothing happened in.
There's some like strangely sexual ones too. I report
I've
those
gotten
right away.
those. It's like, how did this get in my feed?
Well, I'm like, how are they like again? Young kids are on this platform. Like,
No, they're on the YouTube for Kids platform, Nick. It's different.
not.
YouTube, or I love how I'll see a recommended video of like a show from Nick or something from like when we were kids, so like late 90s, early 2000s. And I'll be like, "Oh, I want to see the comments, see what people are saying." And it's like, "This is flagged as a kids video. No video or like no comments." And I'm like, "What kid is watching this? The show stopped airing in 2001."
Speaking of that flag, can YouTube please, for the love of God, make that an opt-in thing? So I don't have to say, no, this isn't for kids every time I upload a video to YouTube?
Make it.
Wait, do your videos get flagged as kid videos?
No, in the upload process, there's a mandatory checkbox that you have to either select yes, it's made for kids, or no, it's not made for kids.
Oh.
And there used to be a time when it didn't exist, and you just hit next 3 times and then tell it when to publish. But now it's on the first screen. You got to scroll down to it. Just stop it. Why can't that be an opt-in, not give me a decision?
No.
Mature content only type channel or something. Like, I'm not going to show kid friendly stuff.
Or just say, no, it's not made for kids. Have it selected by default. And if it is, make it have to be selected.
Give me. I don't know. I dog. I don't. I don't. I don't like having. Not that I don't want kids. It's like all the stupid shit with them. Like, oh, I can't trust them on YouTube because I barely trust myself on YouTube because YouTube's like trash.
Well, it's like, I know all the ways I cheated around my parents and stuff and like skirted around the rules.
But it's so
I
different.
couldn't
Like,
imagine having a kid with.
I
It's
don't know.
very different now.
But that's
The
what I'm saying.
YouTube-
It's worse now, I think, compared
The
to when
YouTube I
we
grew
were
up on was
kids.
fucking Ray William Johnson. Like, what was this? H3 or not H3? What was his show? What was his show?
I don't remember.
Whatever his show was, like that fucking Jenna Marbles was huge. Fucking
She's gone.
yeah, she got canceled. Well, she can't self-canceled.
Yeah.
Um, there were some other
Equals
big ones.
3.
Equals 3. I mean, like that's the YouTube we grew up on. We didn't even grow up on it. It was like we were older, but it was still like I don't know, just such a different platform to just let a kid search videos on.
I've seen what if you let autoplay on for a couple hours, it goes
Oh
to
yeah.
some crazy places.
I've had random channels come up in my subscribed because I'll fall asleep watching a video, and I guess I'll like roll over and hit subscribe on a video that auto played, and I'm like, why is this in my subscription feed? Get out of here. I have
Okay,
my daily routine. You are not
here's my
part of
plan.
this.
I'm gonna have a kid. I'm gonna get him to an okay age, like 10, 10, 11. Old enough that like he's pretty independently like thinking. I'm gonna convince him to mow the lawn, but he's not gonna want to mow the lawn, right? He's a 10-year-old kid. But I tell him he's gonna get YouTube famous if he videotapes himself mowing the lawn. Now here's the play. He's now making big money, like millions of views mowing other people's lawns for free. I've already got him on like this track. Fast forward, he's now like 16. He buys like a luxury car. He now has transitioned from mowing videos to Gary V, like all those like YouTube guru help videos. He's like, look at you fucking loser. I'm 16 with my like Audi. Look at this is what I did. Fucking and then he's gonna teach classes on how
He's
to
gonna
make
sell the
money.
$100 book on how to get rich,
Exactly. And he's
and
gonna be
it's
rich.
sell your own $100 book to get rich.
Yes. So now he's gonna be rich by the time I won't have to pay for it. He'll be like pay for his own college. He won't go to college. Well, no, he'll go to college because he understands it's important for some reason. But then he'll like tell people how they're losers.
I think
and
by
how
that
they,
time we're
like,
gonna be back to not going to college.
No,
Maybe.
Nick, he'll go to college and drop out so that way he can say he was a college dropout and look at where he is.
possibly. But then like he'll just tell losers how like they should live their lives and make money off of those people and be like, "Oh, this is how you close a sale deal. Like, what the fuck are we talking about $5 for? I'll give you the $5 if you just give me this deal." And he'll hang up on him on YouTube, TikTok reel and be like, "Oh, fuck you, I sell."
See, Nick,
Bam.
this is the boomer in you, though. You think they're still going to be watching videos when instead the videos are going to be projected into their brains. Gotta go with the times.
Still
Nick.
content delivery.
Still content delivery.
You don't
Still
get
gotta,
to pick what you see.
still,
You
got,
just
still,
know the video. You don't
still
even
host
see
it
it.
somewhere.
In your heads, it's hosted. The
So we'll
human
play.
hive mind replaces all data centers.
Um. So yeah, it's been a pretty. I'd rate this on the easier side of podcasts.
Do you guys remember Fall Guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Off Steam.
And
So
on Epic
Acquired by Epic
consoles.
Games.
Epic bought it.
Yep.
I was subbed to the subreddit. I'm about to unsub from it because it's fucking a dumpster fire now.
Are
Apparently,
people just flipping out or?
oh my god, dude, it's every post.
But it's like if you have it on Steam, you're fine.
Still need an Epic Games account. to
They're
play it.
crying about
Oh,
the
really?
cosmetics and stuff.
Why do you have to buy them with money now?
Oh, they're like $8 a skin, yeah.
Oh,
And the other thing they did was apparently stuff that was supposed to be exclusive to like some of the first people that played the game. They're now letting people buy them.
like the ninja outfit and stuff from
I don't
that
remember
first week
exact
we were
details,
playing.
but yeah, stuff like that. The other thing they did was so they have like rarities and tiers and stuff. Apparently anything legendary got bumped down, so it's no longer legendary, and I think they gave you shittier skins
Damn.
or like took them away so that they could sell them. And like they converted all currency to something and it's shit now, and
I guess yeah. Could
and
you
you don't
trade
earn
skins
anything.
on? You sell skins
many
on the Steam store.
active users did the game
don't think
even
you could
have,
sell them.
though?
I couldn't tell you.
Like the game must have been struggling for a player base if they sold to Epic.
No, the company that made the game sold to Epic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the game must have not been keeping up a high, like, player base,
But
or they just weren't getting new people.
I don't know
into
what else that company's done. Like it was the development company that made it, so they got the IP for it. I don't know what else those devs have done or were in the process of doing.
That looks like a shit game. Murder Numbers. Never heard of it. Yeah, I don't think
I like how it says
it's
studios and then it lists one location.
yeah, like I don't think I've heard of any of these.
Those look like mobile games that probably make millions of dollars.
Speaking of mobile games that make millions of dollars,
Yeah,
Diablo Immortal, which is just a complete dumpster fire, made 25 million without the Asian market in 2 weeks.
the Asian market.
And that's how we get more mobile games.
Because people were like, "Look how dumb this is. Watch what happens when I spend $1,000."
Y'all have
Nothing.
Y'all have phones, don't you?
It's on PC as well.
It was just
I know it's because they did that. So the main issue with Diablo Immortal is it was announced at BlizzCon when people wanted Diablo 4 announced. So that started it off on a bad foot. And then the response they gave, the audacity to say, "Do you not have phones?" Like that.
And then it just got memed to the moon.
Yeah, and then it comes out. If it just was a side announcement at BlizzCon, people would have been fine with it being a mobile game. There would have been no need for a PC port.
They like clickbaited it as the next
A big thing.
Diablo
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
And the thing is, we're getting a Diablo next year. Like, there was no need to clickbait it. Diablo 4 is right around the corner.
I'll be honest with you. I don't understand how you act. Like I know how you. I know how you play those games, but like when I watch Burry play those style games, I get so lost so quickly.
If you don't start from the beginning, you can get lost. But if you
Oh,
play from the start, it does a very good job of teaching you the basics and teaching you how to ramp up speed.
I know, it's just like crazy where he's like looking at all these things and he's like looking at all these stats and he's like, wow. Like, wow. That's how, I know how this works.
I think it's better when you actually play because, like, Hero Siege is a game that me and him played. Similar-ish in nature, and I think I understood it better doing it.
Yeah, I just, again, one of those
Yeah.
games, all those games have always been above me and I just never been interested.
It's like even MMOs, people I play WoW with still don't understand how WoW really works. They just smash buttons on their keyboard.
Damn.
So, I don't know if any of you checked our main chat. Eric sent me a picture about him watching his new bird feeder. Apparently, he got bird feeders or something now. And I, as a meme, said, "Get out a flashlight. It's getting dark. Gotta check on it." Do I now keep pushing it and tell him that birds are nocturnal?
Yes.
I think
I'm gonna
it's
see
go
what-
all in.
Tell him that, like, the best birds come out at night.
Say, do you really think owls are the only birds up at night? Because he knows what owls are. I hope.
Oh, he'll still believe you.
This man bought bird seed and stuff at like what 5 o'clock, and he's like, "Where's my birds?"
Um, uh, I was so hoping he dropped his phone when he was driving. Not because I wanted him to break his phone, but only because it would have been hilarious to like have
Watch
his
it during
phone
a live
dropping
feed.
as we're watching him drive away and like just laying there.
Got that subway stream, dude.
Well, do you guys got anything else for this week?
He won a bird feeder at work in bingo.
Oh my
What?
God. He fucking beat it.
He's playing against these old people that are falling asleep, so he probably just
He's
took a winning
playing
card.
bingo at work?
It's with the old people. He has to do it to keep them entertained. I don't know. Is that any worse than him being like, "I got a $50 Amazon gift card. Save
My
it.
God.
I need to buy Funkos."
Yeah, Bruno and I basically said the same.
Wait a second.
Between
It's
coworkers, not
coworker
even the old
bingo?
people. Don't say that last line.
I'm done. But this has been a good podcast
So done.
because it's been an easy one. Because that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
Bye.
See you later. Don't make sure to check on your night birds.